Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Normandy Mission 1, Turn 3. My name is Ken Knott, and I hope the audio on this particular one and all those forward will be improved, and at least without all the background noise, because I've learned a thing or two. So, recapping again, last turn we lost the remnants of the assault team here that had become a paralyzed team and is now a casualty. And I should note that once that becomes a casualty, this heavy machine gun team will no longer fire on that target. So essentially, if it can see something else, it's going to start shooting at it. And it can see the guys in the tower here. So we're going to shift fire for that one. And that will end up putting an automatic weapons fire here, which there already is one, so we'll just get rid of the duplicate. But that, it's not going to be a duplicate at the moment because this guy's dead. Nothing changes here, except this is all pinned because, well, they're pinned. And this is no longer... I'm going to turn this around because the guys in here died. So they're just firing. The light machine gun team is now firing on this card. And that's one of the things that we're going to have to deal with this turn, is getting this light machine gun team to stop shooting, or at least shift targets so that we're not wasting ammo. Upstairs, we have the artillery observer who is going to attempt to draw, a mission on these guys over here again. And then finally down here, these guys again, they're still firing on this card. That's no big deal because they don't have any kind of ammunition requirements that we have to worry about. So, that's the recap. And we'll go ahead and start here. We're going to start by drawing a headquarters draw and no headquarters actions. So we start by drawing our company commander commands. Got 4 minus 1 for green, so that's going to be up to a 5. And again, we're going to activate 1st, 2nd, and 3rd platoon with 3 actions, moving him back to here. Alright, so we're going to draw cards for 1st platoon. Ooh, he gets a big one. He's going to go all the way up to 6. Oops. And 2nd platoon gets 3, so he will be also at 6. And then 3rd platoon. Just 1. Everybody's got plenty of command points to work with here. So now we need to do our platoon actions. And the guys on the cards are out of command. So, well, in particular these guys. They don't have a phone. These are just unable to be commanded on this card. So if we want to do any actions for them, we need to get that 3rd platoon commander on this card. And since no one's shooting at them, this is a good time to do that. So we're going to do a platoon move with 3rd platoon and move everybody onto this card. There's no VOF on this card, so they can't infiltrate. Also no cover on this card, so that's a bit unfortunate if something does crop up nasty like. But that's going to take 2 commands. So we're going to spend 2, and I think that's not everything we're going to do. So we'll go ahead and move these guys up, and they will all be exposed. And we're going to spend another command now that we're on this card to order this assault team forward onto these foxholes, and we will attempt to infiltrate. So that's going to be one more action, and that will be the extent of them. So we're going to do a draw for them to see if they can infiltrate. 1 and 2. Oh, still hope. Nope. No infiltration, so they move on to the card in the foxholes, but they are exposed. Okay. And they're in there with the bodies of the Germans. So that's everything the 3rd platoon is going to do. So next, let's see what we're looking at here. We have this guy here. He's taking fire from this squad. This guy has shifted fire over here, so there's no one shooting at this card now. So we have an opportunity to move onto this card free of fire for the moment, but there's always the chance that this heavy machine gun is going to shift fire back, because as soon as we move onto this card, we'll start shooting at this guy, which will increase the likelihood that it may shift fire back. But I think we're going to go ahead and do that with just one squad to lay a little fire. So that's going to be, so this is 1st platoon. And again, we can only save 3 commands, so I have 3 I kind of need to use. We're going to send forth a light machine gun. It cannot infiltrate. So I guess that's all they're going to be able to do. That's just 1 command spent, and we have to waste 2 commands. So he goes on the card, exposed, and something I forgot to do last time was to immediately place all my VOFs and PDFs and such. That's going to put a automatic weapons fire on this card. Okay. Excuse me. So now, 2nd platoon is over here, and they're the ones with the light machine gun team on this card, which we want to get to stop shooting. So we could use a pyrotechnic or something like that to do that. We also have the fire team, which has limited things that it could do right now. I need to remind myself just what those are, so we'll pause for a moment. Alright, here's the plan. The fire team really can't be used as a scout, basically, is the big difference between that and an assault team. And I think the best thing to try to do is to get it to become part of that 2-step 1st squad and 2nd platoon again. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to hope the cover on this card is good enough to help us out here. We want to get 3 things onto this card. We want to get the remnants of 1st squad. We want to get the company commander on here to tell the light machine to stop shooting, or at least to shift fire. And I'd also like to get this bazooka team on there. So there's 3 commands, and what they would really be, again, are infiltration commands. If I don't take everyone on that card, though, the people I leave behind will be out of command. So we'll have to do something to deal with that. I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do, though. Alright, so we're going to spend 1 command to send the 1st squad forward into the strong building as an infiltration. Now, if they don't successfully infiltrate, they will be exposed. So 1, 2, they successfully infiltrated. Fantastic. So they are not pinned, so we'll move them above the fire team that is pinned. So now we're going to infiltrate the bazooka team under the same card. That's another action. That's 1, 2. They did not successfully infiltrate, so they're exposed. But they are in the building, so we'll put them on the bottom of the stack. And double check, but I think we're quickly becoming at risk here, overstacking under cover. I don't think there's really anybody who's going to throw grenades on us right now, so probably okay. And then, last but not least, the 2nd Platoon headquarters will attempt to infiltrate onto the card. And they're also going to go into that building. So 1, 2, and they were successful. So good. So we have the one guy exposed that costs 3 commands, and we're going to say they are done. So now we go to the rest of the command team, the XO and the 1st Sergeant. They each get 1 command. Okay, and we're going to spend one of those commands ordering the, so this is going to be the XO. XO is going to spend a command to order the up here, these guys, the artillery observers, to call for fire. So that's going to cost 1 command. And we'll go ahead and do that. That's a 2-card draw. We're looking for a burst icon. And again, they're calling fire on this card if they're successful. 1, 2. So that's a 3 bursts. So that indicates that we get battalion OBA if it's available. And I don't think it is. Let's take a look. Okay, dive into the rulebook. Seems to indicate that the 3 burst icon, I don't have battalion fire missions available in this mission, but the 3 burst icon does count for a burst. So that is a successful draw for a fire mission. So we're going to go ahead and place a VOF for an artillery or mortar HE strike, and flip that sucker to incoming, and it's a -5. So this hopefully will be nice and nasty for this guy here. So that was the XO spending a point to send a command to the artillery fire observer. So he still has a command left. I think we will save that. And, you know, I forgot to do something with 2nd Platoon. When the commander moved onto this card, he was supposed to give a ceasefire command, or a shift fire, really, to the light machine gun. So we're going to pretend like I didn't forget that, and we're going to spend 1 more command from 2nd Platoon to give a shift fire command to the light machine gun team. So the light machine gun team will shift its PDF over here. Whoops, it's the wrong way. And really, I think the issue here is that when everyone moved onto that card, they would have automatically started firing wherever the pre-existing PDF was. And the pre-existing PDF was over here. So I would have to kind of send a platoon shift fire. So let's see if such a thing exists. Combat. Let's see. We're looking for command and control, I think. Nope. Let's be under combat. Shift fire goes to all occupants of the card. Okay, so it is automatically a platoon action. So everybody is going to shift firing over here. That's going to drop a automatic VOF over here in addition to a crossfire. Okay. So firing now on that card is the fire team, the squad, the bazooka team, but they really they only, I think you have to attempt a grenade attack as a command. And so 3rd Platoon does have one action left, as I'm cheating and going back and finishing that move, but I don't think I want to spend that action for that reason. We'll hope we have some general initiatives left. And they're done. 1st Sergeant now has a decision to make. So the 1st Sergeant is in effect commanding the mortar section and the 50 cal machine gun section. And right now I'm not in too big of a hurry to bring him on board and put him in harm's way, or any of them in harm's way, because I feel like things are going nicely. So well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 2 commands. I don't know if I can do that. So they're not part of a platoon. I want to move all of them over to this card so that he can benefit from the radio of the mortar section. But I think I have to basically give 3 commands in order to move them all over to that card, and that will leave them with the 1st Sergeant with no commands banked. But then he can give commands to these guys. Oh, who knows? Alright, we'll go ahead and spend all 3 commands to move the mortar section, the company 1st Sergeant, the heavy machine gun team, and they will tote along the radio over to this card so that we can now give commands to the remainders of these guys as they are now out of command. Alright, so the XO is still down here. He's got, so this artillery fire observer phone should be with this guy in the church tower, so let's just put it there. Alright, and let me look back and just make sure that we've done everything correctly so far. And the only thing I'm saying is this card would no longer have a crossfire present. They're still going to be taking small arms fire and yeah, all that stuff from everybody on this card. They're not taking automatic weapons fire either, because we decided to shift fire over here. So there, I didn't give any kind of a ceasefire command, so they're still shooting on this card. Let's take a look at them. Okay, forgive me, another small error. I need to give a command to 3rd Platoon to cease fire, or they will blow this assault team away. They won't stop firing just because I moved on to it. So we're going to do that with their last command. Forgive me again for cheating, sort of. So that gets rid of this, and it gets rid of this. So if there was another enemy unit that they had eyes on that they could shift fire to, they would do that now, but there isn't anyone at the moment. Alright, so I think we've finished all of our command phases except for general initiative. Let's do that. And we get 3. That's pretty good. I want to do a couple things here. I want they're in cover. I had something else I wanted to do. What? Oh, I want this bazooka team to attempt to toss some grenades over here. So that is a 2-card draw for the bazooka team. We're looking for a grenade icon. 1, there we go, good. Grenade hit. Go right here. Alright, so that leaves me with 2 commands, and I think I want to spend these on some attempts to find cover. I want this light machine gun team over here to find cover just in case things turn hairy. So that's a 4-card cover draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they did find cover. Alright, let's put a +1 cover marker down there. Get rid of that. Put that on top of him. There should be one more general initiative command remaining. And, I don't know if this pinned unit is allowed to search for cover while pinned. So, another dive into the rulebook. So as expected, seek cover commands are only available to good order units, and pinned units, as you might expect, are not good order. So one more general initiative command to be used by someone to do something. And we could try to reconstitute the squad. So let's see, that would be a fire team to an assault team that takes 1 command given by an HQ staff to any unpinned fire team. Or to supplement a squad, any HQ or staff, any good order 2-step squad. Yeah, so they're not good order at the moment. So we can't do that. So the option is to attempt to convert a fire team to an assault team. And I think I can do that. So basically the general initiative command will be used by the platoon commander that's on that squad to tell the fire team, oh, he's pinned. So yeah, we can't do that either. So I think I just kind of am going to waste. Let's go ahead and seek cover on this card, just so we have some handy. So we've got this 3rd platoon, 2nd squad of 3rd platoon gets a 3-card draw. 1, 2, 3, and he does find cover. So perhaps that will become useful at some other point in time. That's the end of the general initiative phase. We're now going to go to the enemy HQ event phase. And do we get one? No. But see, we were so fortunate with that last cover draw. There was HQ events in there that we could have gotten. Alright, so now we have currently on board 1, 2 enemy units that we're going to have to deal with. So let's go ahead and random selection. We get 2, so this guy here under the trenches, a full squad under Hellfire, is going to do something. So we are in a deliberate defense. We are under fire and under cover. We are under fire from a different direction than our PDF. And that's basically a different direction from our PDF and our own. So this is a 5-card draw. Or not a 5-card, but a random selection 5. We get a 5. Fallback is the result. So that's pretty handy, except for the fact Then all these guys are shooting here, and he just escaped. Alright, so he's going to move back to this card, and he will be exposed. The grenade, I guess it basically becomes a grenade miss now if something else shows up on that card. But nothing else is going to show up on that card because, yeah, I don't think anybody's going to show up on that card. So that's probably a good result for them. So now we have this guy over here again. He is under fire from a direction different than his PDF, so he has the same result. So a 1 to 5 draw. It's a 1, which is no action, so he doesn't do anything different. He's still laying fire on the church tower. So that's just up here now. Once again, I forgot all these guys who moved onto this card all have to take mine attacks. And that was 1, 2, 3 dudes. So we're going to start with the exposed bazooka team, who also got a grenade, so they have 1 less grenade that just got wasted over here. So they're going to do a 3-card draw, looking for a burst, and they hit mines. Okay, flip that over. They definitely hit it. And now we have the two-step remainder of first squad. They do a 3-card draw. 1, 2. Oh. They hit mines too, so we may really pay for this. Let's pull all these guys out. He hit it. He hit it. And the platoon headquarters moved. They'll get lucky. 1, 2, 3. So the 3 bursts count for a burst in artillery. So it kind of seems to me that it should count for a burst for mines. So I'm going to play it that way, even though it's going to hurt. Yeah. Alright, so I'm about to pay for moving on to this mine card with such disregard for the danger inherent in that activity. Alright, so that was the end of the enemy activity checks. So now we need to do the potential contact marker resolutions, and we have just this one here. So he's potential contact A, and we are still just engaged. So potential contact A is a lot of draws. That's all I remember. Potential contact A, 5 draws. I'm definitely going to find something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. So we did hit contact. So this is potential contact A. It's a 1 to 10 draw. We drew a 10. So many 10s. Let's see what potential contact A has. Oh, very nice. An 88 millimeter gun is shooting at us. So the 88s are spotted. That's good. Let's find out where he is. It's also a 1 to 10 draw. It's a 4. A 4 puts him at front max line of sight. So that's going to be right here in the village. Okay. And I think he's in trenches because I didn't say anything other about it as far as I can recall. Double check. Make sure the 88 doesn't go anywhere different. Nope, he is definitely in trenches. Let's put the trenches down. Okay. And he will put a PDF in the bottom. And that will put a heavy weapons VOF on this card. So, that assault team just ran into some trouble. And I think that was all the potential contact markers I have to evaluate at this point. So we are on to doing our combat effects resolutions. So we're just going to go, snake again here. We'll start with this guy here. Heavy machine gun team in foxholes. He is taking fire through an uncovered side of his hex. So that's just a +1. And then +1 for the foxhole. So that's a +2 net. -1 for automatic weapons. And we have the incoming fire, which is -5. I can never remember if they're cumulative. And they're not cumulative, so it's just the -5 from the incoming versus the +2. So that gives us a -3. -3 is a hit versus 1 step. And let's see what we get. His line, he becomes a litter team. So this here goes away. And this becomes a litter team. And he goes back to the force pool. He's under the trenches. I wonder if that artillery just keeps coming until I call it back down. So I'm going to put that back here, just in case. See what happens when I do the cleanup phase. Okay. So he fell back. Nothing happens to him. These is all wasted attacks. That goes away. This guy is no longer receiving fire, so this is going to flip. So he essentially didn't take fire this time. So this goes away, and the pin goes away. So he's not pinned anymore. Now on this card, we have a lot of nastiness. So let's do the church tower first. That's easy. This is +6 for the cover, -1 for the automatic weapons fire coming from the heavy machine gun that just got whacked. So that is +5. +5 is a miss. Now all the guys down below didn't take any heavy machine gun fire, but they did all run into the mines, except for the guys who are already there. So we're going to go top to bottom. We're taking the platoon headquarters, so he's in the building with the cover, so he's +6. He was not exposed. So it's +6 -4 for a net +2. He's pinned. Definitely could have been worse. We'll pin him. Now the next guy is exposed. He's +6 -6 for a net 0, and the result is a pin. So that certainly could have been worse. The exposed marker's going to go away, so we'll just move him in here with them. And then this guy, I'm pretty sure he was also not exposed, so he's a +2. He got hit. There goes my dreams of combining him with the fire team. So he's a 2-step unit. So great. They're both paralyzed. So we have 2 I wanted to do that. I want this to become Place paralyzed team. And oops. I didn't even know that could happen. I don't know what's going on there. The other guy also is a paralyzed team. And this guy goes back to the forcible window, and these are all pinned. And this flips back over. Okay, but they're gonna go pinned with these guys. Need both of those. We delete that, and it all goes back into the strong building in the bottom. And this guy is not pinned anymore. So let's move all this stuff out of the way for a moment here so we can see just what we have stuffed in this building. 2 paralyzed teams. The bazooka team and the platoon headquarters are all pinned. The fire team that was already there is fine, and the light machine gun team is fine. Now the light machine gun team is going to lose a ammo, fortunately. This automatic weapons VOF goes away because the heavy machine gun team is now a litter team. So nothing going on down here. This is a situation right here. So this guy is exposed, but he's in foxhole. So he's got +2 for this for the card, +1 for the foxholes, -2 for exposed. So that leaves us with +1, and we add in the heavy weapons VOF to give us a -2. -2 gives us a hit, and the result is a casualty. So sad. He's now a casualty. Their bodies piling up underneath those foxholes. Now this guy here did fortunately use up some ammunition, so. Alright, I think that is everything, so we're going to go ahead and click cleanup. I'm going to flip that back over. We'll figure out later if that just keeps coming down or not. And I don't think anybody is going to stop shooting as usual. This guy also lost some ammunition. Okay, over here. Let's get this out of the way. Take a look and see what we're doing. Yep. That's everything. So in general, kind of nasty. We might be able to reconstitute a squad from these 2 paralyzed teams and this fire team. I have to see how many actions that will take to make all that all happen. The paralyzed teams might have to become unpinned, and they may have to become fire teams first. But we will look all that up. And at this point, we are definitely still engaged. We're not heavily engaged because we have no of our friendly units on a card with an enemy unit. We'll go ahead and flip the game turn to turn 4. And call it a day. I have no clue how long this took. I've switched my recording software and I don't like it as much. But see you next time.